this recording right now?
We are recording right now. Oh my god! I'm no longer alone in my video.
What do you know?
So I have someone who's going to be taking over my channel for today. And enjoy!
It's me, I'm Holly. I'm a registered nutritionist. My business is Mindful Vitality, and I work at Verger Wellness Clinic, which is a brand new clinic in Uptown Waterloo. You wanted to talk a little bit about mindfulness and eating, as well as different types of eating and all the different diet trends that are out there.
We're hitting a lot of triggers here right now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of triggers, you guys. So if you have been obsessing over weight loss, over is it keto, is it paleo, is it vegan, should you go vegan, like what's happening there? Which one will get you the most amount of pounds lost, basically?
Yeah.
This video is not for you. This video is going to be for you if you wanted to debunk it and actually get a little bit more intentional and have a better relationship with your food, and you wanted to understand your body a little bit better. So we're going to show two totally different insights on the topic. So I thought I would bring my friend Holly here, who is a holistic nutritionist, and she's going to bring all of her wisdom and all of her experience with working with clients that have had hormonal issues and just struggles with weight loss. So, and by the way, if you are brand new here, well, thank you so much for sharing your time and your space with me. I'm so glad that you have made it. If you are brand new here, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we release a new video. We usually chat about 2 to 3 times a week, and we talk about intentional eating and zero waste and how to live a more consciously driven life. So if that sounds good, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get right into the video. Okay, so I wanted to really get your take on this, and this is it's like a topic that's so close to my heart.
Yeah.
What's going on with the obsession over weight loss, in your opinion?
I feel like, there's always an obsession with weight loss in our culture, but it seems to always get more pronounced in the summer months or like spring leading up to summer, because everyone wants to get ready for bathing suit season. But yeah, I really think it's not healthy to be focused so much on weight loss. It should be more about optimizing your health and feeling good, having that energy. If you have some kind of disorder, or someone's told you that, you have IBS or you have PCOS or whatever it is, focus on healing that and just feeling your best rather than focusing on looks. Because I think that will come gradually the more you take care of yourself.
Yeah, I think that it's so important to connect to like why we're eating in the first place, and why we are creating this culture that is so obsessed over how we're looking instead of how we're actually feeling, and it's like we're chasing this rabbit hole. So what is your experience with, like, have you had any struggles with weight loss and with like just battles with food in general?
Myself, I'm been blessed to be naturally thin my whole life, but I definitely had my battles with food. I think a lot of us do.
Yeah.
I definitely have emotionally eaten in the past, and still, sometimes do. I'll be honest, especially when it's that lovely pre-menstrual phase, which is happening right now.
Nice. So you where are the Twinkies?
Chocolate, Lindor. Anyone?
I don't anywhere. No, none. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think, for me, a huge part of it was really focusing on my mental health and doing the things I needed to do to take care of myself and feel better and like manage those emotions, rather than using food as a coping mechanism to like soothe and comfort myself, right? So I started doing counseling again, and just like reaching out to loved ones for support and journaling. These are all things that I find really helps me feel my best and get in touch with my emotions and actually process them, rather than trying to stuff them deep down inside underneath all of the food.
Yeah. So I'll tell you how, like, I had no idea that I was an emotional eater, because I'm not your typical, my boyfriend broke up with me, so I'm going to go to Ben and Jerry's. So that never happened to me. What did end up happening is, what I realized looking back is, every single time that I would feel stressed, I would actually stop eating like completely. And so that would be my stress trigger. Like, I wouldn't go to comfort foods. I would basically just start drinking water, hydrating, and I would just really find that that's when I would find that my anxiety would spiral, or I would find that if I'm eating certain foods, like if I overloaded with carbs, or I had more processed food or coffee, then I would have such a sensitivity to it that it would actually get me even more anxious, and it would not take me very long for me to just be on such edge. And like it impacts, you know, your sleep, and most of us know that, but most of us are not creating, and I didn't realize that I'm not creating a healthier relationship with how I'm eating, with how fast I'm eating, with how much, you know, how much protein I'm taking in. And so I always find it so interesting that I would always gravitate towards like books and things like that, and resources and people that would just show me the nutritional profile, how much protein, like what's the percentage, right? Because then it would just, I think it would just feed my left brain, like, yes, science, yes, let's do this. And honestly, it was not bringing me fulfillment. So for me, what actually did bring me fulfillment was when I found books like what I'm going to be showing you guys. And hopefully, like, if you have heard me talk about this, you already know it's been in monthly favorites time and time and time again. And you've probably seen me cook from this. This is the Cooking or Eat with Intention. So this is from a book from Cassandra Bodzak. But the way that this book is set up is like, yes, it's a recipe book, but when you open it, it has, here we go. So it has your recipe on one side, and then you also have a Kundalini yoga meditation added to that specific recipe, which I found. Amazing. And then there's an intention. So this one is spinach artichoke soup, and then the intention is I am the CEO of my own life. So you're just sort of taking it one step further. And so I would challenge most of you that are watching this, that if you have felt this disconnection with your food and you're continuously counting calories, what part of that is that feeding for you? And because it might be that you might need to dig a little bit deeper. And I'm not saying that you need to eat with intention, but I think that you need to like really examine why. The why.
It's usually a control thing.
Just a little bit. Who knows? But so tell me, what was like the number one thing that has helped you the most with, like, what were the tools that made a biggest difference in your journey with just having a healthier relationship with food, and like, what do you tell women that are like right now they're at a spot when they are struggling with, you know, they just want to lose weight and they just want to find like the cleanest food and the best diet, and then maybe they just don't have to count the calories. Like, what would you tell those ladies out there?
Let me give you a little background info as to what happened in an earlier part of my life when I first started seeing a naturopath, which I love working with a naturopath, I still do. But I had taken it to the extreme. So she had told me I need to cut out excess sugars and refine like white carbs basically in order to kill off this bacterial overgrowth in my gut. So I thought, well, I can do it so much faster if I take out all carbs. And you can see this is my natural size. So I lost 20 pounds off of what I am now. So I was way too thin and I was so sick, and it affected my mental health and physical health, everything. I became obsessed with food and like just constantly craving carbs because your body needs carbs.
Your body doesn't carbs.
I was doing it too extreme. So I learned a lot from that journey, and that's, I think, what inspired me as a nutritionist to really bring a sense of like mindful eating and everything in moderation to my practice. I don't like telling clients, or I never tell clients that you can never have sugar again or never have your favorite foods. Like, you need to be able to eat the things that you crave and enjoy, but in moderation, and just enjoy them and be present while you're eating them. Because when you're actually present during the meal, when you're eating, you actually get more pleasure and more enjoyment out of the food, rather than, you know, being distracted by endlessly scrolling, which I think we're all guilty of.
Let's look through Instagram and reply back to comments. It's just like, we have made a rule in our home whenever we have dinner to just, well, first of all, we don't have devices at the table, because to me that just looks weird. Like, doesn't it look weird when you're like your screen is dirty? What?
Yeah, that's
your
gross.
Screen is dirty, and then you're putting that like close to what? Anyways, so to me that's already a no. But I find that like the conversations just start kind of flowing every time that we sit at the table, and you know, the kids are like, we're so excited about the swimming lesson, and then they just go, and I'm just like, but like I just need you to just eat your food. So we made a rule. It might be weird for you, but you know what? I challenge you to try it, and let me comment below and let me know in the comments if you have tried it and how it's working out for you. We made a rule in our home that whenever we have dinner, to just focus on just the food, just eating, like nothing else. You don't have to talk about anything. You don't have to entertain anyone. You know, you don't have to do anything. Literally just look at the food, taste the food, take your time chewing it, and actually enjoy the process, because there's just so much that goes into the creation of it and the growing. And especially if you are getting local organic produce, it takes an extra couple of minutes for you to get to that point mentally, but I'm telling you, it changes the entire eating experience completely. So that's one of the things that we have done that has helped us. And honestly, like the other thing is just not obsessing over calories, because when it just creates such a negative energy around it, and when you're bringing your own vibration down, then you're already not taking in the nourishment that you actually need, and you might not be able to digest that food to the best of your ability. So you're sort of like you're shunting your own growth in order for you to feel better. So to me it's like such a backwards process. But I personally never really had a lot of struggles with weight loss, but I have had struggles with anxiety. So I'm more coming from a space of anxiety management rather than from a place of weight loss. But what I have realized, and I was mentioning this to you before we started, is while I was talking about like the different eating style, like is it keto, is it vegan, is it like paleo, what is it? And I realized that all of that has a lot more to do with, it's about me, instead of, no, it's actually like eat the way that it feels aligned for you, eat the way that it, like when you look at that food, does that spark something inside of you? And then when you allow that intuition to sort of work for you, you actually eat the things that are like nourishing for you anyway. So it was kind of funny that as I was filming that I'm like,
does it bring you joy, like Marie Kondo's?
Yeah, it really, and it should. In all fairness, like I don't think that we should ever feel guilty about eating, you know, organic cacao fudge brownies. Like why like that has actual nourishment in there that your body probably needs, and you're probably low on the magnesium and the antioxidants and whatever. So like why would you deprive yourself from that? And even if you do count the calories, now this, mind you, keep in mind, I'm not talking to those of you that are already working with a healthcare professional and you're on a strict diet and you know you're extremely obese and you do need to like restrict caloric intake. This video is not for you. I mean, it is, but like it's not. You know what I mean? Like you
We're not
definitely
trying to say like replace what they're telling you.
Don't replace it. No, please work with your doctor, work with your professional. They can definitely help you with that. But what we are saying is that if you are in a healthy weight range and you have spent years mentally exhausting yourself counting the calories, that's when maybe like looking at it from an intentional point of view might be a little bit better.
And I think the problem with a lot of the fad diets that are out there, so like we're talking keto, paleo, and vegan, there's no one size fits all. No. Like you said, everyone's body resonates differently, and what foods are attractive and tasty to each person is totally different and unique. Yeah. And it even depends on your ability to digest those foods. Like the majority of people can't even digest the diet, like the ketogenic diet. It's so high in fat, it's so high in protein. Yeah. If you have any kind of digestive issues, you're not going to be able to do that.
No, and like I think the intention matters of why you're starting those diets in the first place. And if you're starting it because you want to be healthier or you have more energy, then it's almost better to just really like go deep in your own anatomy, and then you really understand, okay, what does my body need? How can I allow my hormones to function more optimally? Because like even, and it was so funny, like we've had this debate even with like, should we eat meat? Should we not? Like, So my husband eats meat and I don't. And my children are somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But he eats meat and he thrives on it. And he should eat meat, because if I overload him with testosterone, he's fine. You overload me with testosterone, it's going to mess up the progesterone balance, and it like I don't do well on it. I become really highly anxious and irritable, and I just don't do well on it. So a lot of it is sort of like proof is in the pudding. Like, do you feel well on the foods that you are eating? And then, so this is sort of where bringing in your mindfulness practices, your meditative practices, and really allowing your intuition and like build a team around you that can really help you, I think will stop the obsession over weight loss and like do we really have like a clear reason why we want to lose weight, or is it just for a wedding so that you impress like 5 people that you haven't seen for 30 years?
Yeah, but if it has to do a medical reason, like you're pre-diabetic or you have PCOS or something that's related to extra weight, then maybe you can work with a practitioner to gradually reduce it in a healthy way, but no crash diet.
Even with like the eating style that you are picking, I think that it needs to be within a balanced way. And like if you are working with practitioners, find the ones that will like truly support you. There's amazing practitioners out there. Hi. Yep.
Hello.
We're here to help you.
Yeah.
Judgment free.
Yeah. And managing stress and anxiety with massage therapy and other modalities is so huge.
So huge.
Yeah.
And I think it really, like, these conversations need to happen more often when we're really talking about heal inside first, so then we can really get all the tools. Like, it's okay that you wanted to buy the kombucha and the green juice, and it's okay that, you know, you wanted to count the calories, and maybe you need to do that at first, but just don't let that ruin your life, and don't let that rule your life, because then you're missing out on important elements that you could be learning all along the way.
Yeah.
So this is all we wanted to share with you guys. Comment below. Let me know what eating style you're currently eating, and have you struggled with weight loss and with picking the right eating style, and what was the one thing that has helped you kind of navigate through it all? We would love to hear from you. And if you are brand new here, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time we release a new video. And Holly, I think you are starting your own YouTube channel.
Yes, I'm working on it. It's Mindful Vitality. So there's a couple short videos up there. There will be more soon. In the meantime, you can find me on Instagram at mindful_vitality.
We'll be linking all of that down in the show notes so that you can find her, you can stalk her, say hello to her, and you know, just learn so much, because like this girl is bringing so much wisdom to all of you. And I hope that you guys follow her and like her. And in the meanwhile, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day and just keep shining, you guys. And I will see you guys again in my next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.